I woke up this morning at 2 a.m. and was so hungry that I could have eaten a she-bear and asked for her cubs for an appetizer. Today is the 18th of May, 2023. To be really honest, I am not talking about like a little bit of hunger. I'm talking about side-splitting, stomach-shaking, hungry. I mean, it did not matter how much water I drank, because I was drinking water. I was like pouring it into myself. Because I always hear these things where they say that, like your stomach can't tell the difference in between water hunger and, hungry for food. Well, I fully disagree with that based on this morning. So, I mean, it woke me up at 2. Worse than when I've been fasting. Like, I was ravenous. And it kept me awake all the way till 6 a.m. And I was trying so hard. I was like, just like counting off the minutes and the hours. I was like, look, it's only till 10 and I can eat. But the idea of like waiting 4 more hours was absolutely intolerable. So at 6:30, I just gave in, and I ate my meal for the day. Honestly, I felt guilty. I still feel guilty even though like I ate healthy. Like, it's not like I went and pigged out and like ate the refrigerator, because I didn't eat the refrigerator. I was well within my macros and everything else for the day. And I know that I'm just being too hard on myself. However, that's the way I'm feeling, right? It's not like I can change the way I'm feeling just because I know that I'm supposed to feel a certain way. That's not really the way feelings work. And I know, like, it's not about the short days. It's about the years and the weeks when you're in calorie deficit. Like, that's what matters. It's like a single day doesn't matter until the days start adding up. So, like, because that was like one of my big like mind shifts when I was thinking about calories, right? Was I was always counting like daily calories. And the guy was like, no, it's not about daily calories. It's about weekly. It's about monthly. And that started to kind of change my mindset, because it's like, it's still caloric intake down. So, but it's just, that's hard to remember sometimes. It's really hard to remember, especially like it, like when my little perfectionism person comes like rushing down the hill like a mad banshee and starts clubbing me over the head all about my failures and how I suck, because I didn't have enough self-control to wait 4 more hours. The rest of the day, I did rest. And I can tell that my heart is recovering quicker from like the long workouts now. It's not racing as much, where before, when I've done like a huge workout, the next day my heart's still racing. And that feels good to me. It's a win. It's a small win, but it's my win. I did go for a short walk. Nothing long, nothing fancy. Just a stroll to help with my steps. And it felt good, and I didn't go crazy. I trying to make sure that it is a rest day. I was talking with a friend today, and they were actually looking at my Apple Watch. I got an Apple Watch about a year ago, and I have always been one of those people who said I would never get an Apple Watch. I'd never get a Fitbit. None of it made sense to me. Like, why would you pay so much? And another friend of mine was like, hey, you have you seen like how amazing the new Apple Watch is? And I started looking at it, and I came back, and I was like, fine, you know what? I'm going to try it. Tried it out, and I'm like, this thing is amazing. I honestly, it made me a believer. And so my friend was looking at my watch and asking how much it was, and I started looking it up online and found like another watch from the same year as when I got mine, and it was around like $260. And she just like sighed, and she was like, you know, that's just crazy, and that's just too much right now. And like I get it. And she's super active, and like I'm starting to see how easy it is to spend so much money to get fit. And I don't think I'm even going crazy here. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know that I'm saving money without a doubt, considering how much I used to eat, how much it costs. I don't care whether it was groceries or like, you know, a couple of years ago when we were on the road all the time, we were going from city to city, hotel to hotel, you know, 90, 120 days out of the year, you know, and I wasn't eating healthy. We were regularly traveling, and fast food was on my mind and in my gut consistently. So, I mean, I could easily spend $80 to $100 a day on food for myself. You know, like ordering 3 Wendy's triple burgers 3 times a day, like that adds up. You know, or like, even if you didn't do that and you just did like pizza once a night, right? You know, you order a large pizza from Domino's, you know, a drink, you know, who knows what else, and you eat all that, like it just adds up. Honestly, I'm quite surprised that I did not just fall over dead, considering how much I was eating, hopping from city to city, hotel to hotel. So, I mean, that cost is nowhere even close. We're not even in the ballpark of $80 to $100 a day anymore. Like, oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it the other day when I bought a tri-tip, and I was like, you know what? I can make that tri-tip last a whole week, you know, $14 tri-tip. And that can be my meat for a whole week. And that kind of blew my mind just a little bit. But, you know, when we get back to like all this equipment, you know, people start using for fitness, like, you know, like not even including the Apple Watch, it, you know, stuff starts adding up at, you know, on this like journey to get fit. You know, first it was like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym, and I don't have any kind of gym clothes whatsoever. I don't have shorts. I don't have even pants that could be considered good for the gym. So get a pair of gym shorts, nothing fancy, just shorts. Get a t-shirt. Okay. Now, unfortunately, because I'm a really big guy, shorts and a t-shirt are really expensive. Really expensive. Like we're not talking nice stuff here. We're just talking like basic. Go to King Size, buy something. Oh my God. Like, welcome to spending $50, you know, on like a shirt or something. It's stupid. You know, so you do that, and then I you know, I got like a little warning at the gym. They're like, hey, we don't allow people to use their boots. Okay, so I can't use my work boots in the gym. Got it. But that means I need to buy a pair of gym shoes or some type of tennis shoe. And I haven't worn anything other than work boots or lace-up boots in years. So, okay, got to get those. Get some socks that are not like trying to go all the way to my knees, you know, because we're not wearing boots. You know, okay, we're going to get that. Gym bag, some goggles for swimming. It's like, oh my God, like all this little stuff for what? Walking? Swimming? Being active? I mean, is there something so wrong with like our culture and our jobs that like needing to move requires so much effort, so much money. It's so expensive for something so simple, as so basic, so like this is just a basic human need as moving. That's something that I really miss about working outside. When I was doing construction, you were constantly moving and lifting and digging and hammering and sawing and prying on things. Now I have a quote unquote better job. I make videos for a living, and that can be stressful, and it can have different levels of physicality to even that. But for the most part, I sit in front of a computer. I talk on the phone because I'm not on as many shoots anymore. And most of the time I'm producing and directing and things like that. So those other jobs go to other people. But I wonder which job in some ways, like if I had a parallel from my life just doing construction and my life doing just the video work, which one would give me a longer life and which one would take more off my life? Working a physically demanding job, but remaining fit, not having a lot of money, and not being emotionally or mentally satisfied with the work, but like, hey, I'm fit and I'm active. Or working at what I love doing, but growing kind of like fat and lazy and having to put like even extra effort into, paying to go to the gym. Now I know I could do home workouts, walk outside, which those are things that I still do. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Like I spend time outside with the dogs and throw frisbees and try to go on walks in nature. And it's not that I have to pay for the gym. I have the privilege of paying to go to the gym. I get to go to the gym. But I do still wonder. I mean, because there has to be a better version of work and life that is more conducive to health. I mean, life is so simple from a 30,000 foot view. Eat good food, take walks, be around good people, be happy, stress-free. It sounds so fucking simple. And from far away, it is. It's when you get up close in the weeds, that the weeds are what get you. The distractions. Maybe, the waterproof earbuds that I was watching someone swim with, and I was like, oh, those are really cool. Maybe I should grab some of those. That's stupid. Maybe the rule should be that whatever path requires the least number of weeds and distractions is the road to go down. If you could live your life that simply, but you had to let go of all the distractions and walk away from your life, your current life, to live, really live, like, could you do it? Could I do it? If it requires moving away from your family, your friends that are like a bad influence, is it worth it? Like, what is worth your life? What is my life worth if I can't live it? I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this podcast. I'm still not really convinced it's a good idea or not. So we'll have to see. And I guess I'll probably talk more about that tomorrow.